The future of retirement pensions is a major concern for our citizens, as surveys show. People are really scared about the future. Our system in Spain has a deficit of 80,000 million euros each per year, as soon as possible. Some people think that private complementary systems are the enemies of the social security. They aren't. They should be an ally.
To talk about pension in Europe is to talk about one of the pillars of the welfare state, which include the healthcare and education, other experiences. And I think that the countries present here are relevant for the Spanish case, no? France, because its geographical, cultural and legal proximity. Germany, because its role as the powerhouse in the European economy and its important demographic weight. And Sweden, because the uniqueness of its model, introduced more or less 20 years ago at the beginning of this century.
So in the 1980s, it was obvious that we had economic and demographic challenges for the pension system, that we need to make larger reforms to make it financially stable. So after 15 years of investigations and a commission that worked on these topics, we had, as Juan mentioned, a new pension system in place from 1999, so it's about 20 years from now. And I think a key aspect in making this system works was that we had a very strong agreement between the right-wing parties and the Social Democrats. So I would also like the orange envelope, because we have received this for like 10 years or something now, and people got angry, they still get angry, but people are beginning to understand how the pension system works. So, and that's, I think you have to be aware that you will be criticized in the beginning for the politicians, but this is part of the process, because people need to be aware of how the system works, and hopefully the literacy, financial literacy and interest will also rise.
So as you see, I think that among our countries the problematic very nearly runs from the others. All this is a problem of public awareness, collective responsibility and balance between the various tools. But I think we have all the tools there. One, first pan-European portable product, it will be great, because in all our systems we lack flexibility and portability. The young people will work in several member states, they will work with several employers. If we cannot use the digitalization to become more flexible in our systems, we'll miss something.
And especially a very famous product, the so-called Restart product, which receives certain incentives for the people to save. It's a purely voluntary product, so people need incentives to make a contract. It's a combination of subsidization, which takes into account the income. So if you have a lower income, a larger part is paid by the state. If you have children, you get an additional subsidization for your saving. And if you have a higher wage, what counts is that you have a tax relief. So it's a combination of both.
Thank you.